All right. So this has definitely been sort of a developing thing that's been going on. We first got light of this when David Pakman hinted that there were conservatives who were chickening out of debating at Politicon. And actually, Sam Seder had, when he was at the Mass Torts thing, the conference, he actually said on live stream that basically Steven Crowder he hinted that he had backed out of a debate. It was pretty obvious that's what it was. And so after that, he basically just straight up divulged that basically Steven Crowder backed out of a debate at Politicon. They were set to do a debate at Politicon. It looked to be a great connect, but he got so scared, he just straight up ghosted. Now, if you don't know what ghosting means, it literally means just go ghost. Stop responding. So apparently his dad is his manager, and I guess his dad made the decision that it was not a good idea for him to do the debate. And so he backed out. Sam told us that after Politicon happened. Now, this is obviously very significant for many different reasons, which I'll be going into in a second here. But Sam then issued a legit challenge for a debate. He uploaded a video outright challenging him to do a debate with him. And he said, he'll do that pretty much any expense of his own even, which is a lot to ask of someone to do a debate. And so he should feel quite inclined to do the debate. But that doesn't seem to be the case at this point. So what we're going to be looking at here, Sam is going to readdress this. They also are going to play this video that a fan made, and oh my God, is it hilarious. I actually saw this before I saw the Majority Report video because someone had posted on the Destiny subreddit, and so I saw it. The video is unbelievably hilarious, so buckle up for this hilarious video you guys are going to watch. And then Sam Seder is going to give us some more information on this
video. As you know, we have an ongoing challenge with Steven Crowder. And, oh, yeah, here it is, Brian McAllister. He shot this, or he edited this video. Here it is.
I like to think that, it's really hard to get leftist guests on our show. That's just a reality. We try and book them.
Crowder doesn't think there's a...
I usually do try and get into an engagement of ideas.
Steven Crowder, so interesting.
Now that we're talking about Steven Crowder, 3 or 4 months ago, I was invited to Politicon. When they asked me if I would come, I said, yeah, I will if I can debate someone. Now, of course, I threw out Dave Rubin, and I was told that he's not coming. Competition would start kicking in. And so I said, Crowder, and the people were like, great. And it all looked good. And I was told that Steven Crowder literally stopped responding to their emails. Pretty sure the quote was, somebody got cold feet. Steven Crowder, I am issuing you a challenge to debate. I will host you on any time, any platform, any way to debate. Really, the question that Steven Crowder should ask his Alexa is, do I have the fortitude to debate Sam Seder?
No, you are not courageous enough to face a middle-aged Jew who likes facts and figures. You are a coward.
Steven, I know you are watching or hearing this, and everybody else knows it too. There's no way you're not aware that I've issued this challenge now. You knew it was coming when you backed out of Politicon because you were afraid of debating me, and here it is. Steven, we'll see you soon.
Maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, but you can wear your not gay t-shirt and you can have an opening statement, right?
Oh.
You'll let him have the opening statement, I'm assuming.
Oh, sure. There you go. That's fantastic.
You got to respond or you're done.
I mean, look, it does appear that Steven Crowder is pretending like he's not aware of this, and I know that he is aware of this. Out of respect for someone who knows that he's aware of this and does not want me to, let's just put it this way. I know that he's aware of this, and he is just pretending like he's not seeing it.
Yeah, man, that video was so good. Whoever made that video, props to you. That was so hilarious. I got a really good laugh out of that. Really good editing. And they obviously liked it too because it was super hilarious. But here's the thing. So there are two things that I really want to get across here. So the first thing is that Sam Seder, without, I don't know who his source would be. It's kind of weird, to be honest with you. I don't know who it would be considering the situation. I don't know. I guess we can take guesses, but who the hell would it be? But Sam said that he has a connect, basically, who knows that Steven Crowder knows of the offer. So Steven Crowder is indeed aware. Sam Seder's claiming that he is, which I know it's true, because Steven Crowder, if you recall with the whole Potholer thing, Potholer also made a response video, and Steven Crowder saw it, and Potholer did the whole debate thing too, that ended up into like a total nothing ended up happening. And he responded to that as well. So he has his pulse. He has his pulse on the YouTube sphere. Trust me. He has his pulse on the YouTube sphere. He has his pulse on Twitter. And that's where, I mean, the dude literally, the whole Kyle Kalinske, Steven Crowder thing, I believe started when Kyle just like shat on Steven Crowder at some point during, I think in like the middle of a free speech video that he was doing, where he just like took a shot at Crowder. And basically Crowder, he saw that. So it's like the dude has a pulse on what's going on YouTube and Twitter and just online in general. And so that's sort of what he's notorious for in that sphere, at least. But that's probably the most notable thing here. And again, what Sam is saying is 100% true. Of course he knows. Of course he knows what he's talking about. Of course. Again, like I stated, giving you specific examples, he knows what's going on. He keeps his eye on YouTube. That's supposed to be his thing. But the second thing I want to say is I have to yet again explain the massive hypocrisy. And forget the hypocrisy at this point. Don't forget it. But there is a huge shift that is happening as we're speaking right now. And there has been. So not only is this massively, hypocritical, Vegeta would say, the scouter says the hypocrisy level is over 9,000. Because Steven Crowder and Kyle Kalinske, Steven Crowder challenged Kyle Kalinske to debate. Kyle Kalinske did not go on because he's basically like, I'm going to get set up, which is what Steven Crowder does. And so he declined, and basically Steven Crowder goes on to say he's a coward and paints the left with that quite often. So basically what I'm trying to get across here is, specifically with the case of Steven Crowder, he is the worst person to be doing this, to be bitching out effectively, because he's been on the record for, going after people for not coming on his show and calling them, cowards or something similar to the effect of a coward. So the fact that Steven Crowder is now being a coward has made him become Steven Coward when he used to be calling other people coward. Steven, Coward, Crowder, Chowder, whatever the fuck you want to call him. There's a lot of meme names at this point. But this also, keep in mind, it goes into another trend that's been going on the internet right now. And as I've stressed in other videos, the reason why I'm doing my best to really accentuate this is because if this was going on the other side, we already know what would be happening. They'd be, barking up and down about it. And what I'm talking about is the pattern of right-wingers backing out of debates. And oddly enough, often when they're being hypocrites about it. So what do I mean by that? Ann Coulter backs out of debate with Kyle Kalinske. That started it off. We find out that Candace Owens, Kyle Kalinske just exposed her the other day, saying she didn't do the debate because her team declared that came with the analysis, came to the conclusion that she simply was not prepared. She just wasn't ready, no está listo. You know what I mean? She wasn't fucking ready. So basically, they decided to she literally didn't even go to Politicon. She challenged Captain America to a debate, Chris Evans, at Politicon, and she didn't even show up because she's so dumb. That's the reason why. She doesn't know anything. She's vapid. She is totally, again, if you don't believe me, go and watch her appearance on Joe Rogan. Her story about why she became a conservative doesn't make any fucking sense. But also, watch their debate on climate change. You'll lose so many brain cells. You'll survive, but you might get like a really bad brain injury from that, man. It's almost frustrating how dumb it is. It's insane. So please go revisit that if you have any doubts about what I'm saying. But she is someone who is not of any substance. She is a substance. She doesn't have any substance. She's stupid. She's dumb as fuck. So she backs out. Remember what Candace Owens did? Let's do a little backtrack. Do you remember what Candace Owens did? Remember she dogpiled onto Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez saying, I want to debate you because Ben Shapiro set off the trend, and then her daddy Charlie Kirk did it too. And so she jumped in and saying, like, I think she was the one who said, like, I have $100K to give you from these donors. Like, oh my God, your fucking Coke daddies are going to give her $100K for her campaign. Like, you're dunking on yourself before the debate even begins. You fucking idiot. And so remember that she called her a wuss and a hypocrite for doing that, for not doing the debate. So she's a massive hypocrite as well. Ben Shapiro didn't even do a debate. He didn't even do a single debate. Kyle Kulinski floated a debate with Ben Shapiro, and he declined. Could you imagine if the roles were flipped here? And we've seen what happens when the roles are flipped. Do you not remember the dogpile that happened with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in a situation that does not make any sense whatsoever? A Democratic nominee for Congress having a debate with some stupid, ill-intentioned pundits, morons at that. Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk. Oh yeah, fucking congressional candidates are going to start having debates with these imbeciles of pundits who are just, sellouts and paid by Coke daddies. Like, what is that? That's so dumb. So even in a situation that didn't make any sense, this situation makes sense. Sam Seder, an online progressive host, versus Steven Crowder, a dumb right-wing host, a moron, an imbecile, a coward. I don't know how many other things to say about this dude. I mean, the list is never ending. So you don't even have to imagine the roles being flipped because we've seen what happens then. And so I refuse to let up on this because it looks like I'm really the only one saying this at this point, and that's not to anyone else's fault. But could you imagine? Oh my God, Ben Shapiro lambasting someone for declining a debate with him. Could you imagine how much of his fans would just dogpile? We've seen it. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, as I explained. But anyways, the supposed debate god doesn't even do a fucking debate at Politicon. What is that? What is that? What is that? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And that's the main issue being here. Steven Crowder is a fucking coward. Because as Sam Seder said, he knows of his challenge. He's just too much of a bitch to actually acknowledge it. That's the truth. I know he knows it. He has his finger on the pulse of YouTube. He has his finger on the pulse of the internet. He has his finger on the pulse of Twitter. That's the truth. He knows it, but he's too scared. He is too scared.